Welcome to another Retro Rocha, The Moment, with me, comedian Jerry Rocha. In this show, I'm going to talk about a moment in gaming that affected me so much that whenever I have children at their first recital, I'm going to be playing a Game Boy. In this episode, and since it's October and love is kind of crazy, with a spooky little girl like you, I'm going to talk the Nintendo Entertainment System Friday the 13th game. I was 11 when this game came out, and I hadn't seen any of the Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And at 11, all I knew of the Friday the 13th movies were what other 11-year-olds who probably also hadn't seen the movies were telling me. And 11 is that very special, weird age where you're starting to not believe all the bullshit you used to believe, but you still think that all those fans cheering are what helped Hulk Hogan kick out of his opponent's finishing move. So other 11-year-olds, not the best source to get coherent plot information. Nothing can stop Jason like ever. They made the movies because like it really happened. Every third person who sees the movie gets killed by Jason in real life. But like Optimus Prime could still kick his ass though, right? Yeah, probably. At this point, nothing in any of the Friday the 13th movies could have scared me more than what I was expecting from the movies. Seeing Jason kill horny couples would have been like the Muppet Babies compared to what I thought I was gonna see. Jason will beat up your mom and dad and then kill all your pet fish before he kills you. And video games were already ingrained in me so much at this point that once I started hearing about the Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th movies, I remember having two vivid nightmares where Jason and Freddy were each trying to kill me in their own video game. Not, in a campground or in my bedroom in real life. No. In a video game, they came after me. I wasn't ready for that kind of an invasion. Video games were like home base, man. No bullshit was supposed to happen there. That was like having some shitty alcoholic stepdad insist to play G.I. Joes with me. Then, as if those nightmares hadn't rocked me enough, an actual Friday the 13th video game was released. Those aren't the dreams that are supposed to come true. My mom winning Kit from Knight Rider in a raffle at my elementary school's holiday festival. That's the dream that should have come true. This was obviously way before the movie The Ring, but I was already expecting, if I bought that game and turned it on, that Jason would just come crawling out of the TV from the video game to kill me and beat up my mom, eat all my fish, and take a dump on all my Transformers figures. I always take things to the extra worst case scenario in my head. No! Don't take a dump on Cliff Jumper. Anything but that. I would get a little freaked out just by looking at the Friday the 13th video game box when I was at the store, but not that freaked out because thankfully the video game box just made it look like Jason was teaching an aerobics class. Come on, gang, we're gonna jumping jack our way into not feeling lonely. Then something happened. I was hanging out with a kid from the apartment complex. I don't even remember his name. He wasn't there that long. All I remember from him was that he had a kid brother who was always naked and who would always pee in anywhere but a diaper or a toilet. And this kid also had a ton of Nintendo games. So that's obviously why I was there. We had finished the customary Super Mario Brothers run, and then the kid looked at me and was like, I got the Friday the 13th game. Want me to put it on? I was on the spot. I couldn't say, no, I'm terrified. I would have lost any and all credibility. Imagine the shit that kid would have talked at the swimming pool when everyone was there. See that 11-year-old who still has floaties on and is afraid to get out of the kiddie pool? He's scared of my Friday the 13th video game. Maybe if I'd said no, he would have summoned his little brother to pee on me. I didn't want to face any of those consequences. So I said, sure. But in actuality, it probably came out like, the fear that was puking inside me nonstop was immeasurable. Then the game started, and the look and the feel of the game was a bit odd. It was like bright and sunny. The counselors, the heroes of the game all looked kind of dopey. Like they were created to be in a video game that helped children deal with their parents' impending divorce while rapping and breakdancing. They threw what looked like crumpled wads of paper at these very non-terrifying zombie things, and each one of them also looked like they could easily dunk a basketball if the rim was 15 feet tall. My fears were evaporating very quickly. Maybe this wasn't going to be the traumatic experience I'd psyched myself out over for so long. Then this alarm goes off. in the game, and this timer starts counting down, and the kid was like, oh shit, Jason's here. The fear started to come back. He opens up the map screen, and this cabin starts blinking. That's the game telling you where Jason is. The timer is how long you have to get to that cabin to rescue either another counselor Jason is trying to kill, or a bunch of fucking children. Yeah, that sunny, bright tone at the very beginning of the game is wiped out real quick when you realize that there are 15 children waiting to be slaughtered each time you play the game. This is easily one of the most hardcore games ever made. 11-year-olds had no business fucking around with this thing. Killing the counselors wasn't enough? I know how we really raise the stakes on this game. We slaughter little kids. 15 of them. Then, if you make it to the cabin on time, you walk in, you rescue either the counselors or a group of little kids, and then holy shit, there's Jason. And since I was 11 and was so psyched up already, even this 8-bit Jason, who somehow looked like someone who lost everything in a divorce even more than the movie Jason, was still scary. He's tough to get a hit on, almost impossible when you're a little kid who's terrified. He's way more limber than the Jason from the movies, and he kills you in like 2 hits. That kid got his ass handed to him by Jason immediately, and he just rage quit, and it was back to Super Mario Brothers. I was relieved, but I was also like, I kind of want to see more of what happens after this. I didn't have the balls to ask my mom for the game, but I remember thinking if I ever go back to it, if I ever play it again, I'll be a little less scared now. I never went back to the game. I never played it again until recently. And I know the game has been pretty universally panned as a pile of shit, but I kind of disagree. It's really not that bad. It's pretty intense, and it doesn't let up. Jason can appear right when you start the game. It is crazy. Kids and counselors drop like flies, and you can beat Jason so long as one counselor and one kid is left alive, which will then make you the most heartless evil strategist of all time. Okay, I'm gonna let those 5 kids die, and then I'll get that torch and come back and beat his ass. And even though I don't hate playing the game now, nothing will ever top that first moment when I first saw it in action. My head was filled with so much bullshit about the franchise. I was also legitimately terrified that the experience of the video game would be the exact same thing I saw in that nightmare. And I didn't want to piss on probably the same spot on that carpet that his kid brother had pissed on. And it was probably 45 seconds tops of a gameplay experience, but all of that merged together to form one of the most intense experiences I'd ever had playing a video game. Thank you for watching another Retro Rocha, The Moment, with me, comedian Jerry Rocha. Please subscribe, ring that little bell to get notified every time a video comes out. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope you did enjoy it. Spread the word, all that good shit. Have a great rest of the week, and see you soon.